So for me, this tool is a smarter way to search the MLS. And by searching the MLS, I mean past and present, not just the deals that we already have right now available in the market, but also looking backwards. And this video is helping you decide if this tool worth your investment or not. And let's play with it a little bit. Let's see, and let's compare it to our free options and see if it's worth it. First of all, I want to open the same city in both of them. So let's go with St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know why. It's just on top of my head. I never worked there, but I know a lot of real estate is happening over there. Generally speaking, Zillow is smart, right? So smart. I'm sure you all know that Zillow doesn't give the most accurate information, but it does have some smart feature built to it, which is the Zestimate, right? The estimate of Zillow, how much the property worth, even though most of the time is incorrect. And also they have like rent Zestimate, right? They estimate the rent. Zillow has some smart features, but the problem is that we cannot really filter on those. Like if I'm watching the market right now and I'm looking for the for sale, I can filter on a lot of stuff here, but it's more oriented to home buyers other than investors. I cannot really filter on the Zestimates. So if, for example, I would like to see only properties that are below the Zestimate, all right, or significantly below the Zestimate, I cannot really do that on Zillow. And this is, I think, where Privy really shines. So if we click here on the filter, you see, filter, we can now run a search on the estimates as well. So I can tell to Privy here, I'm looking for fix and flips. And I'm looking for fix and flip, and I can tell how much below the ARV I'm looking for. So let's say I'm looking for only properties that are 60% of the ARV right now, right? They are offering for 60% below the ARV. And I can give it a timeline, let's say in the past 2 days, all right? And then I can run the search. This is my list right now, and we can compare it to Zillow here, short version and less distractions that we have over here. And now we can actually look into some properties and maybe find deals. So if we compare this information or this page with this page, obviously it looks very similar, I guess. So we have like the rough information about the property in both sides. But where it gets more interesting, it's this section, which we can really see from the MLS every single information that this listing have. This is the investor version. But also, this is where it shines, the comps here. We can see a lot of details. We can see rental comps. We can see active deals on the market, sold. And one of the things I really like here is the investments. I will talk about this very shortly. On Zillow, we have this information. We do have it completely different oriented, more oriented to home buyer. But here I can go to the settings and I can change the comps based of what I want to see. This is a very important section in Privy, but this is the public records where you can actually see who owns the place. You can see the mortgage. This is nice information we don't really have on Zillow. We don't have it all on Zillow. Tax, all this in one place. This is stuff that we can look for in other tools, but here we have it. We have it. Another very, very important is this thing. Here we can see a picture of the before of the property. When I say before, it's when it was last purchased, and the picture of the after, when it was for sale. And sometimes it's very interesting. I'm going to show you in a bit. But here we can see square footage is not changed. You can actually see when they bought it, right? On Zillow, I can see how much they bought it for. but I cannot see the information in the pictures of the property before, right? But here I can really see that. And this is nice information for our, for people who do fix and flips. I can see the before, and I can see the price before, which I can also see on Zillow, and how much they charge for it now. This is very, very nice. Here we have probably some mistake. You see, probably some typo. 41 beds. I don't think there is 41 beds in this small two-story building. Also, what I really like here is the fact that I'm able to filter the properties and really looking at only relevant properties, and I have more filtering options. The downside here, which I found, is the data is not always, it's not always accurate. Obviously, this is algorithm, and real estate is a complicated business, and I think we're just scratching the surface here, because maybe AI can help us a little bit more, but it's very hard for an algorithm to determine how much property is worth. And if you want, you can see in the history, like Zillow did poorly when they tried to implement their Zestimate on real life real estate. They lost millions and millions of dollars because of it. This is a feature I really like. So let's see here. For example, we can look at this property, okay? And right here, I see that a flip has been done here. How can I see that? You see this little arrow. So I can see someone bought it for 25K and sold it. This is sold. You see it's red. Sold it for 150. And this is very, very nice for me. Someone took it. It was 2 bed, turned it into 3 bed. All right. All right. Now we're talking. This is fantastic news for me. And this is really show me that there might be an opportunity here, because someone is selling it for 46 and they were relatively similar, right? So they started with 1,000 square footage, they turn it bigger, and I can see we have 1,400. So not too far from what it turned to. It's not too far, I would say, from where our property at. Okay, this is very interesting to me right now. Okay, I can click on this, and now I see the property and how they sold it. Also, very, very important. It's not that I couldn't get this information before. I could, but here I have it on one page, everything on one page, right? You could, and obviously we do real estate for free without paid tools. We can do that. We do that. But having all in one page really makes it nice. And if you have capacity and if you're doing a lot of deals, I think Privy is absolutely for you. And there is a coupon code, 30% off. 30% off. They charge a relatively high price, and you can use my coupon DYS for 30% off. It is affiliated, but I'm trying to keep my review as honest as possible. I don't think it's for everyone, but I think 30% off is significant and makes it a worthwhile investment, because you can get an access for the whole US for, I believe, $1,000 a year, which is a very nice price after the discount. So note the coupon code over there. Here, what I really like here is I see the pictures of the flipped house. I can see all the information of the flipped house, and I can compare it to my project and to understand what I should be doing. Sometimes you cannot find those pictures on Zillow after the property was sold already. Sometimes you can, not always. And here, always I will have it. When I go lower, I can see the property before they bought it and what they really did over there. And they were able to snag this one for 25K. Absurd. But let's see the before. You see the pictures, you see the condition, how much they put, what they put effort to. This is amazing for us investors. This is amazing for us investors, because I cannot really see those pictures Maybe I can. I don't really know a way to see it. And here I have it side by side, before and after the project. This is fantastic. I can also see how much days they held it for. 427 days. This was a long project, maybe not because they wanted, maybe because they had different projects they were working on and they were not stressed. I don't know why, but this is a long project. And days on market, how much time it was on market before it got sold. This is amazing. And overall hold time for them, and the entire information, as we already saw, with a nice little arrow. We can see the mortgage on this one. We can see the deeds on this one. All the information is available to us. So for on-market deals or for analyzing your flips, I think Privy really, really shines. Where it a little bit less, I would say, is if we're aiming for rentals. And let's take a look at Privy rentals. I think that will help a lot of you. So let's say I'm looking for a long-term rental, and let's use the same St. Louis market. And here I would say what cap rate I'm looking for. So let's say I'm looking for 7, whatever. Let's do 7 cash on cash. Okay, I can run this search. So we can already see why it's not the best for us. Okay. For example, classic example from what I saw here in Privy, we have this property. You can rent it for $795, between $795 and 2.4. There is no such gap on the market. I mean, this is a 2-bedroom. There is no such gap on the market. There is a specific price to rent it for. And obviously it's within the gap, but this gap is way too big, way, way too big. What you can do over here is you can tell Privy, how do you calculate how do you estimate your long-term rentals, and how do you get to your bottom line here? What are the mortgages you're taking, and for what, what is the interest rate you are paying, how much appreciation, how much you usually pay for insurance, all this kind of stuff. And you can save it, and Privy will remember it, and next time you search, it will use those criterias. You can go down here and you can see rental comps. Also, I think it's nice, but other tools we use are better for rental comps. This is from my experience, at least. But you can see it here. So you click here on the property, and then you see it here. And if you want to really delve deeper, you can do it as well. Their long-term rentals, I think they really need to work on this. So now let's take a look on our option to look for sold properties and potentially find off-market deals with Privy. So I'm clicking on sold, and I have these quick filters. All right. So for the timelines, make sure it's on all. And for the quick filters, we can now filter for foreclosure, pre-foreclosures, own 20 plus years, someone bought it cash, tired landlord, it's vacant, it's zombie property. We have those smart filters, and Privy does a pretty good job here. So for example, let's take a look at some vacant properties. Okay, we can run this search, and here we have Privy found 783 vacant properties. So let's just zoom in. So here we can actually see some vacant properties. And this is very nice because this property is definitely vacant, definitely. So Privy does very good job here. So I can take all the properties here I found, and I can download them. 6 property were found because we are in a very zoom in, and I can download them. Okay. And then when I open it, the CSV, I can see the property address, I can see the name of the owner, and I can now skip trace it and maybe try to contact them. So I don't really do that, but I think some people or a lot of you will find that very, very helpful. And I want to show you one last thing. when you search the MLS backwards, you can also use sold, all right, and then fix and flips. So in the past month, we can now see the properties that Privy think someone was flipping. All right. So for example, this property, we can come take a look, and someone bought it for 110 and sold it for 300. It took them 190 days overall with the construction and days on market. So someone did flipped it, and we can see the before pictures. All right, this someone bought it as a project in progress. I mean, what a mess. And someone turned it into this beautiful house. And we can really start to understand the market, and we can find, using Privy, we can find deals that are similar to this, and we can understand what areas flippers are focusing on. So I can see in the south side of the St. Louis, people are flipping, in all of this area. And I never even worked on St. Louis, but I can see that. All right. And I can start to understand and get a hold of what project I should look for. For example, this one, look, the past month, this is amazing. Someone bought it like this and turned it into this. And I can see someone bought it like this for 30K. So I understand what I need to look for. And someone was able to sell it for 158. This information is a lot for us investors. And as I said earlier, you have a coupon 30% off. I think you, if you're looking to get into this program, the coupon is the best way to get it. And it's a great deal. And I hope this video helped you. Let me know if it did. And if you have any questions, I would love to take a look at them and try to answer you.